The Platform is this awesome Spanish movie with this high concept premise that I was super into. And so if you don't know what it's about, it's a movie about a platform that goes down many levels that people are kind of on, I guess. They're kind of in like this prison, and each person is what's the word? They're set on a particular level, and the platform goes down with the day's food, and it starts off with a whole bunch of food, a banquet, just this crazy feast. Everybody who is on each level gets 2 minutes to eat as much as they want. And of course, as the platform goes down, there's less and less food, even so as to getting to the very extreme side where the people at the bottom get no food at all. And in that being said, this movie has a clear and strong message. It's very clearly about privilege, it's very clearly about class. And with that being said, yes, this movie is heavy-handed. It's not exactly subtle. I would argue though that it doesn't need to be. That message comes across strongly regardless. For me, I really enjoyed exploring the different sorts of levels, the consequences of what happens in this weird platform-based prison. And it was also interesting to follow a character who is very noble. He wants to do the right thing, and he gets very conflicted when he kind of has to go against others to survive or to help others survive. And yeah, even though it's got a very clear and obvious message, I do think that this is a clever movie. And while you watch it, like for me personally, I'm there yelling at the screen like a kind of like trying to guess what's going to happen next, because it is a bit of like, I guess, a thrill ride. I don't know, maybe that's too big a word because it's a lot more grim than that. It's not exactly roller coasters of fun or anything. This is dark. This is definitely a dark movie. A lot of people will probably have trouble watching it, to be honest. A lot of people won't. I didn't at all. But I mean, some people who are going to be more sensitive to some of the themes in this movie will definitely have a hard time with some of the concepts that go on. For me though, I was really impressed with it. I think it really told this story in kind of an original way, despite it not being that much of an original message. And I think that just the idea of the platform and how it works is very interesting. You can't help but think about what you would do in these situations. You can't help but kind of try and figure it out and what's going to happen next and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to watch the people not cooperate when our protagonist pleads them to try and ration and to try and share the food, because of course nobody wants to do that. And the thing is, with this movie, every month the people randomly get selected for a different level, so they don't know where they're going to be next. And the fear of the unknown and what's going to happen next is what drives these people to be selfish. And nobody really trusts anybody else to ration, so why should they? And I definitely understand that. And if I were in that situation, I don't know what I'd do, to be honest. I'd like to think that I would ration as well, but I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. It was a very literal and a very clear way of getting the message across. You know, you get it. The people on top have an easier time. The people on top are selfish. The people on top could ration their shares and help out everybody below, but they're not going to. And it's a very literal, it's a very real theme. It's something that we experience every day in our real lives, just not in such an extreme way. Yeah, and although it's not subtle, it does kind of make you think twice.